You all just had to see it. It was one of the greatest comebacks of all time. I'm out of breath. Have you all ever watched the game or something like that? I'm sure you all have a favorite team or something. You're a fan of something or somebody. Yeah, the fan is short for fanatic. I never really understood that part about it, but that's what they call it. It's actually when an individual says within themselves, hey, I really like this team. Sometimes people like it for the color. Sometimes they went to school maybe. Sometimes even their parents liked them, or maybe even they just live in that city or state. Well, I went to school in Tennessee in Knoxville, so I cheer for the team. No, I'm really not a fan. But when I was in school there, we had fans. And the fans would just go wild during the games. They would holler and scream. They would travel. They would do all kinds of things to do what? To show their support. To be able to show that we were valued. Well, this month, we're going to talk about being a fan. And actually being a fan is really about, what do you think? Well, let me put it to you this way. Every team that plays, they don't always win. Sometimes you lose. Sometimes you lose by a lot. Sometimes you lose by a little bit. Do you think when the team loses by a little or a lot, the fans say, hey, I'm not going to cheer for that team anymore? Do you think if maybe a team gets down early in the first quarter, they stop being a fan? What do they do? You got it. They encourage them. Well, what about, during the season you have home and away games? Like a home game, you play in your home stadium, normally in the city that, the school or the team actually is in. And all the fans come in, and it's more of them than it is of the other team. But when that team goes away somewhere, do the fans not come? They actually do. Not as many, but they do. They come by the hotel room to be able to get autographs, to take pictures, to be able to remind them about the great time that this player caught a pass or this player made a tackle or whatever the case may be. It's fantastic. It's actually fantastic. That's why they call it being a fan. Well, if you really look at it, we could actually be fans too. Fans of what? I know you already have your own team. But what if that being a fan was actually only doing really one thing? What if it was actually only showing kindness? Let me define kindness for you. Take a look at it here. Kindness is showing others they are valuable by how you treat them. Showing others they are valuable by how you treat them. Football, basketball, baseball, whatever game, the fans holler, scream, buy jerseys, mugs, cups, everything to be able to show the team they're valuable. And just like I said before, Everybody's not going to always win a world championship, national championship, all those types of championships. But does that mean that the team is not valuable anymore? No. The fans still cheer just as hard. But guess what? When the team is actually losing or had a tough loss or going through a tough time, that's when they need the fans the most. Yeah, I know. Everybody wants to get on the bandwagon of the team that wins the most. Because it's much easier. You fit in. You look like you're on a winning team. But what if that team was actually a person? A person that was real light. Always had the neat clothes and the new game. What about the person that wasn't as popular? Which one do you think really needed a fan? Somebody to be kind to them. Somebody to cheer them on. Somebody to wear their uniform. No, I'm not talking about wear their clothes. We'll get to the clothes part later on. But to show your support for them. It'll be okay. We'll get them next time. There's always another one. Can we get a picture together? I remember when you did this so well. Those are the things that, they need. We all need. We could all be fans. Not that we become a fanatic about them, but we become kind. Well, since we're talking about kindness, I got a memory verse for you all. Take a look at it. You are God's chosen people. You are holy and dearly loved. So put on tender mercy and kindness as they wear your clothes. Don't be proud. Be gentle and patient. Colossians 3, verse 12. Look what he's telling us to do. First of all, he's telling us who we are. I mean, you're on the winning team. You are God's chosen people. But guess what? We can't act like we're not God's chosen people. We can't act like we don't belong to him. So we have to be holy. We have to not do what the losing team does. Can't stay up and eat ice cream. We can't watch certain stuff. Not because nobody won't let us. Not because we can't sneak and do it. It's because in our heart we don't want to. Because it doesn't please, doesn't please whose team we're on. But it also tells us how to be. He say put on clothes. Well, if you put on a shirt and you leave one arm out, it's not going to look right, is it? If you put your pants on and one leg is rolled up and the other one's not. I know there used to be a style a long time ago, but it looks tacky. All those things can easily show how you are patient with this person or gentle with this person, but not with that person. You leave this arm out. You put this one in, but You leave this one out. But also, guess what? Every day you go to school, like when you go into school, not virtually online, but when you actually really go into school, if it was picture day, wouldn't you want to put your favorite? Yeah. Put your favorite on. You would actually want to make sure all the spots out of it too, wouldn't you? And the wrinkles. Nice and neat. That's what God wants us to do. Put on gentleness. Put on kindness. Put on patience. Put on these things every day, just as we put our clothes on. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah. Well, if I cheer for this team, do you think on Thursday I'll put on another team? No. Well, if I'm patient, I don't want to put on impatience on Thursday either. If I'm kind, I don't want to put on ugly either. If I'm mean, hateful, disobedient, dishonest, I don't want to put any of those clothes on. I want to put the clothes on of the team I belong to. God's holy team. Well, it's been a lot about fans, but I think we can make a little noise for our team. Yeah. You didn't know, huh? Yeah. I saw what great job y'all did. You didn't think I wanted to see you all dance? Well, I do. Wasn't that fun? I love to hear you all voices. So this week, we've been talking about kindness already, quite a bit. Being a fan of somebody. I know the first thing you all say is, well, what about the mean people? Oh, I don't like her. Well, he's always... Yeah. Those are the people that likely need it the most. But how do I? He's all... Yeah. Let's look at it this way. Be kind to others because God is kind to you. Be kind to others because God is kind to you. We actually take out what somebody has actually done to us, and we only look at what God has done to us. Being kind, being patient, forgiving, and love. So we do what? Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? But guess what? I just want to leave you with that. There's a guy we get a lot of good information from. He actually wrote to some people. So let's just play like he wrote to us. Long ago, he wrote to a church in Ephesus. It's from the book of Ephesians. Y'all got a minute? Take a look at this. I think it'll help us. Be kind and tender to one another, forgive one another, just as God forgave you, because what Christ has done. Ephesians 4:32. We could echo that in our lives. This is actually something that we have to do what? Put into practice. Yeah. We got to do. It won't be us talking about it. It'll be actually us being a doer of this, what we believe. But why are we having to do this again? Yeah. Because what Christ did, he came and he died for all that would believe on him, that we wouldn't perish, but have everlasting life. He gave us such freedom from the way we used to do it, the way we used to think, what we used to like. Now just to want to do things the way that pleases him. That we no longer want to do how we used to do. That we want to do what pleases him. Yeah. But why? Yeah. Yeah. We forget sometimes what we've done against what God wanted us to do. We forget about the other chance that we've been given to get it right. So Paul tells us to do what? Forgive how? Just. Like if I give you $5 and somebody tells me I'm going to give you just as much as you're giving them, you think they're going to give me $4.99? You think they're going to give me $2? No, what are they going to give me? The same amount I gave you. No more and no less. God's forgiven us much more than we could ever remember or imagine. Yeah. We forget about all the stuff we done that was not good. Evil in our ways. Yeah, we do it. Don't tell me we don't. We do. I'm going to get you back. Well, I don't like her. Yeah. Now you think a little bit different now. We get to take an opportunity to look at our own self. Yeah. But guess what? Don't get down. We get the opportunity to do what? Yeah. Just as what? God has you. For Christ's sake. That's what he came here for. Look here. We could sit here, right here. And soon as we leave, somebody could knock over our drink. What's our natural reaction? What'd you do that for? Oh, it's all over me. You messed up my... Yeah. What if we changed it? What if we practiced and said, are you okay? Don't worry about that. Are you okay? What if somebody stepped on our shoe and instead of us thinking that they stepped on our shoe, that they actually stumble and we need to make sure that they don't fall? What if somebody actually intentionally does something? Now, I'm not saying let nobody intentionally do A, B, or C, because that's what parents are for. That's what teachers are for. That's for adults in the room to be able to say, hey, he or she did A, B, or C to me, and I don't like it. But what if, just what if, we actually told that person, what if I did this to you? That what you just did to me? Not that we would do it, but ask them, how would that make you feel? And don't listen to what comes out of their mouth. Look at their heart. It'll make them really think what they've really done to you. And guess what? Maybe maybe willing to reconsider the next time or the next person they do it to. All because you've done what? You've cheered them on. What you were actually telling them was, like in the game, somebody missed the extra point, you'll get it next time. Or keep working on it. Guess what happens? The next time they want to hit somebody in the stomach or tear up somebody's paper or knock over someone's book bag, they think back to how they would feel. Or they even think back to when they felt bad when somebody did them this way. But most importantly, they think about when you showed them kindness. Then we have something called a domino effect. Let me show you. These are going to be dominoes, and watch how one affects the other and another. I'll just show you. Wow. So wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be grand? Wouldn't it be beautiful if you were the first domino to show someone else kindness? Not because they were kind to you, but because they weren't kind. And when that person there saw the kindness in you, they may even ask, why were you so nice to me? I'm sorry. And guess what we get a chance to do then? Yeah, we get to tell them why. Because who? Yeah. Because God forgave me. For Christ's sake. Start the domino effect. Be kind. Say something or do something. To lift somebody up that, what? Most people think they don't even deserve. Not the national championship or the World Series type people. The one that having a hard time. Be kind to others. Because God is kind to you.